Yeah, that Texas heat in my DSL has been used to death back from the Fender Mustang days.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's had a lot of use.
Yeah, so it's been worn in.
Yeah.
I've never had an amp long enough to wear it in. So I'll just get rid of them.
Every time Rick buys an amp, I always say, circle of friends, 6 or 8 months. I'm guilty of that too. So
I think I've got 5 amps in my man cave.
Wow.
I've been a good boy. I can't remember the last amp I bought and flipped pretty quickly, but
So what's your main amp lineup right now? Like what's your main go-to gear if you're playing a gig?
Yeah, so for a straight blues gig, I'll use my Milkman Creamer, which is it's a Fender style amp. I think it's like a Princeton front end and a Tweed power stage.
Yeah.
You can put 6 V6 or 6 L6 bottles in it, so you get a little bit more
cool.
headroom. It's great.
Yeah.
Don't have to rebias, just push this little switch on the back. And it's got this lovely all-tube vibrato or tremolo, and it's great, and it's quite light, and it's loud as hell, isn't it?
It is, and it sounds amazing. Like the best tones from the gig we filmed up at Mount Dees for that jam thing. That was your amp was the total winner.
No, it's a great sound, but and I've also got a Tour Crystal, which I dusted off the other day. I hadn't played that for ages, and I was saying to Ryan, I was thinking of selling it, but you know what? I actually played it, and it sounds really good. It's just a lovely, clean platform, and it's great. So there's that. My Dr. Z EZG50, which is Dr. Z's version of a Super Reverb, just with 2 10s.
They call it is that the backbreaker?
It weighs a metric ton. It is such a heavy beast, and every time I look at it and I think, I should take it to a gig. It's got to go up, 2 flights of stairs and blah blah blah, and I should just man the hell up and bloody take it because it sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it's a huge, big sound.
It's got the roundest sound for 2 10s.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, So no, he builds it in, and then for this sort of cover band thing that I've got a Friedman Dirty Shirley head and cab, and the Dirty Shirley's been modded to have KT66 power tubes with these big bottles.
Oh yeah.
And when I first got it, I was so carried away because I've never had an amp with gain on it. It's always just been master.
You turned into
just one volume.
Yeah, you turned into a Metallica player.
I do,
gig.
yeah. I turned to Kirk Hammett. But I've actually got used to how it works now, and so I don't have the preamp all cranked up.
It sounds so much better the last time I heard it.
Yeah.
I mean, it actually sounded nice. It just didn't have that throw that
was
your
too
other
compressed.
amps had.
It was way too compressed. So, I have the gains that are dialed back, and then when I really want to go for it, I just sort of turn on the guitar and kick a drive pedal, and it really goes well. So, no, that's a great amp.
Cool.
They'd be the ones that I'm using.
Nice. We had a question too from the YouTube feed earlier about. I get asked this question a lot, but this was specifically for you. What strings are you using on your electric guitars?
So I use 11 to 49s, D'Addario 11 to 49. I think they're XL 115 or something.
Do you use them on all of your guitars or just on?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, on everything, because I buy them from a place in America. Can we plug or we?
No, I don't care. Yeah, we're not sponsored, so go for it. I don't mind.
I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, that's all right.
Is it Strings and Beyond, possibly?
Yeah, it's something like that. Because you had Web Strings was where I used to get mine.
Yeah,
and that was sort of like the knockoff
every now
ones.
and then Strings and Beyond have a free postage to Australia deal.
Yeah.
Which is great because, otherwise, I usually buy, 3 packs of 10 or something.
Wow. Okay,
and it can cost you, $25 US just for postage.
Yeah. Which adds up now.
It does.
Unlike back in the day.
Because we folks in Australia, we have the currency is called the Pacific Peso, and it's absolutely crap. It's about 65 US cents to one of our dollars. So it all adds up.
Yeah.
So 11 to 49s, and I used to play this sort of hybrid set, 10 to 52, light top, skinny, light top, heavy bottom.
Yeah, okay.
But just going from 10 to 11, I really do like it. And now I just feel all at sea if I get on with 9s or 10s. And I must admit, when we went to GitCon and all the guitars had 9s or 10s on them. And I was playing even more crap than usual. And you could see lots of people saying, "Oh, YouTubers, they can only play in their bedroom. They can't sort of play out live."
Man, you carried that show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, it was tough because, if you're just not sort of used to it, that's my excuse anyway. But yeah, so I've played 11 to 49s for such a long time, and it just feels good to me.
I played the Diodario 11 to 48s, maybe, or are they 49s?
49s,
they were 49s, yeah. And I played them for years on all of my guitars. And then I think Brian or someone said to me, Telecasters, just put 10s on it. And I wasn't sure of the reasoning, but I went, I'll give that a go. And I stuck to 10s on all my tallies.
Yeah?
Well, not that I got many of them, but yeah, that and my Strat have 11s. Everything else is now 10s to 46.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm enjoying the PRS that's what kind of started to convert me was the PRS SE. It came with 10s and it played just beautifully. And I went, I don't know if I want to change the strings. And I never did. So I just bought packs of 10s to 46.
Yeah, yeah.
And it works for that guitar for whatever reason. But yeah, I just did a review of I'll probably be out by the time this video goes up, but of a Yamaha Pacifica with 9s. Man, it was, my bends, talking about bends earlier, the bends were like at the start, I had to really focus because I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like a four fret bend.
Yeah. I mean,
they're hard to play.
Billy Gibbons plays 8s, from ZZ Top. And I think there's a few players that I remember finding out, they play really light strings. It sort of shocked me, but I'm sure probably there'd be bugger all tonal difference in it.
No,
but it's more that feel under your fingers, and I think that's what influences our playing. And of course, Josh Smith uses 13s.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my gosh, and I saw him earlier this year, and
I regret not going now. By the way, because I've been like addicted to his lessons on YouTube. He's unbelievable. Some of the stuff he breaks down, and even I can understand it, which means most people should be able to.
He's really good, isn't he? Like, although he's been playing since he was like, 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah.
And I think he said, when I was 12, I thought I had it all. I was, gigging, working live, blah, blah, blah. And then he started thinking about, I want to play outside or I want to play over the changes. And so just watching some of that and trying to put that into your own playing it's tough, but it just adds that real, touch of class to your playing. So no, he's
the way he explained it, I do a lot of like half step kind of chord things in my rhythm parts, and I've never really thought about it of soloing in those sort of half step ideas. And I was like, this is cool. So I started noodling around with it, but I haven't got to a point where I'm still overthinking it extremely at the moment. I'm like, I'll wait until it sort of sinks in again. I'll watch it 4 or 5 more times. But I shared it on the feed because I was like, there's got to be this, those moments where doors open, you go,
absolutely,
how is that not, how did I not think of this?
Oh, definitely, it's an epiphany. But
does that still happen to you when you
watch? Absolutely. Yeah. No, well, I think we've been watching the same things. But so he talks about you don't play over the changes, you play through them. So, just a simple blues progression, once you go from the root, before you get to the 4, there might be a little diminished chord before it. Yeah. And you can put a little diminished run, just, 3 or 4 notes. Yeah. And it's like, what happened there? And then it resolves to the 4 and just little things like that. But, for me, it still sounds like you can hear me thinking as I'm playing. Whereas with him, it's just like, it just tumbles out. It's this fluency and remember Eric Clapton talking about when he first heard Stevie Ray on the radio, like he had
pulled a car over.
Had to stop. Yeah. Who is this? I've got to find out who this guy is. And then he's sitting in the audience watching him and thinking he's just this channel that's coming from somewhere else, and Stevie's just the vessel that's carrying it. And then he's so intimidated he couldn't go on stage and all this sort of this. We're all a bunch of whack jobs playing guitar, but these things can affect you so deeply. I guess that's why we love it.
Absolutely.
It's not just the mechanics, not just going through the motions. We play a gig later tonight, and there'll be times where I'm sure Shane will be in that sort of in their place and thinking, where am I going to go? And
and then I go half a step out and ruin it.
No. You'll find it, and it'll be great. And those little magic moments happen during a gig.
That's it.
And it keeps you coming back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for watching the In the Blues podcast. Subscribe for more episodes.